Hey everybody, and welcome to Let's Look at Infested Planet. Now, the more astute viewers amongst you might be noticing that this is only version 0.703. Typically, version 1 is the first kind of final build of the game, and you would be right, this is available on Steam Early Access, you know, the same distribution channel where games like Kerbal Space Program and Prison Architect have found themselves on Steam. So, you know, this is my way of basically saying that what you're seeing here is a work in progress. What you're seeing here could be different in the final release of the game, but the game is available for purchase for $12 on Steam as part of an opening week sale, I think it is. It just came out on July 2nd, which was this Tuesday, and $15 normally. What is Infested Planet? Infested Planet is a squad-based strategy game, kind of in the same vein as something like a StarCraft, but it's much less micro-intensive. This is a game where, to a certain extent, you can just kind of click and drag units and then group them together and kind of push as a team, as opposed to being very micro-heavy. At least that's my experience so far. Mind you, this most recent campaign mission, which we'll check out a little bit of, is straight up kicking my ass. So we're going to start playing this. This is from a one-man team, I believe, at least one man coding it. Alex Vostroff, who is actually a local developer for me. He's a Vancouver developer, so we're going to get started here. This, is, as we can see, is kind of like a tech tree, but also store for us. So there's two different things we can buy right now that I've encountered. One of them is a collection of buffs, and buffs are basically, as you can see, single mission exhaustible power-ups. So once we use them once, they're done. They give us things like extra soldiers, you know, a free shotgun, which is basically just like... we start with a shotgun member in our squad instead of a rifle member, which is good because it causes them to give extra damage. It's not like, I don't know if you need necessarily a varied squad. It seems like there are just some straight upgrades, and a medic in particular is very useful. In fact, we might want to buy this buff, or medic buff, just to help us on this very next mission. I didn't, I accidentally clicked on the wrong button there. Let's go back if we can. Oh, we can't. I must have, oh, there's the shop right there. Okay, good. You can also buy tech tree upgrades, essentially. These are structures or, you know, researches is maybe a better way to put it, that will help you in the future by giving you something like a bunker, which gives you added defense, obviously. Or, you know, things like a mortar turret, which is like a standard turret, but it has like wider range and more explosive damage, etc., etc. Anyway, we don't have enough money to buy these, so let's just close the menu. And we're doing Operation Skyhammer here. So this is Dr. Vahlen, basically our XCOM enemy unknown, no-nonsense scientist. And we're just going to start the mission here. Now, I might fail this, at which point we will go to a skirmish mode, which is just like a one-on-one versus the AI. But the basic premise, I'm not going to actually read the council report here, because the story to a certain extent does seem like sci-fi by the numbers. We're playing as like the typical Space Marines, at least at present, and we're fighting against a very insect or bug-like group of monsters. Now, I believe we are the aggressors in this, so I'm not sure if there's going to be like a "No, John, you are the monsters" moment, like Avatar, like, oh, actually, the humans are the bad guys, imagine that. But so far the story hasn't been that integral to the gameplay. The gameplay itself has been surprisingly deep. We're going to watch these kind of hoorah-ish Marines just walk here and get slaughtered by these enemy turrets. If only they had a top-down view of this battle, they would know what to do. I can't control these guys, by the way. But yeah, when I first started playing this, you know, I saw the interface that we have going on here, and I was like, okay, we can like click and drag our units. And I basically managed to succeed in the first few missions just by right-clicking all of my units in a big blob towards the enemy base and then destroying them. But if we did this here, we would get slaughtered. And luckily the game has introduced a lot of other elements that have actually turned this into a very strategic and tactical experience, and one that I am having a lot of fun with. So we are going to build this structure right here, which is a tech station. This allows us to call in airstrikes. Now we can use these airstrikes to decimate an enemy base. So the first thing I'm going to do here is just actually put myself close to these ammo crates. I'm actually going to have one guy go to the ammo crate. And then because we use this ammo to launch our helicopter airstrikes. So you can see as I click here, the first one's not going to cost anything, I think, but the second one cost us almost all of our ammo, but luckily this guy's pulling some more in. So we can actually launch some more airstrikes here right afterwards because our ammo continues to replenish. In fact, I should have him go to this ammo crate as well and give us some more helicopters, which we can use to take out almost the entirety of the enemy base. And the reason we want to get in here quickly, because the enemy bases, unfortunately, can actually repair units. We might actually die here as we try to take out this turret. Nope, luckily we survived. And thankfully, I got a medic basically right off the bat, which was borderline essential because the medic just has kind of like an ambient heal ability when people are close to him. So we're going to capture this enemy base. That was 100% important. This gives us a BP reward. Now, BP, first off, I can't talk for a second because I'm going to have to build a turret here. BP are battle points, I believe, is the nomenclature that they are choosing to use. And effectively, what battle points are is a currency which you can use to A, upgrade your units, or B, build turrets, as I'm doing right here. So this turret should allow us to keep these enemies at bay here. It's no point in destroying that, I think, because we're just going to... Yeah, actually, maybe we should go in this direction first. So you know what? Actually, let me come over here for a second. I'm gonna shoot these dudes, build another turret up here. I'm sorry for the kind of disjointed commentary so far. But again, playing a strategy game while talking about it at the same time sometimes causes my skills to diminish a little bit. So that turret should allow me to take out all of those enemy bugs as they come in. We're just gonna recycle this turret right here, which gives us all of the battle points we spent on it back. But what is BP? BP is effectively a currency which we can use to upgrade our units or build extra turrets. So I actually am going to build one more turret here. I'm just going to build this standard kind for now, just to ensure that our base continues to be protected here, because the enemies can take it back exactly the same way that we took theirs, just by standing in it. And you win the game, or you win the mission, I guess I should say, when we capture all of the enemy points. So obviously this is something that we're going to be on the lookout for. Now, it might be in our best interest to keep one dude back here just to stay on these ammo crates to keep our ammo constantly replenished, because then we can abuse these helicopter airstrikes to really take out these bases at zero risk to ourselves. So I'm just going to keep all these other units right here, and I'm going to call in several helicopter airstrikes, which should allow me to do a ton of damage to these enemies, which is fantastic because those like big purple, yes, please get this. Those big purple, like sniper rifle looking things you see there are long range, like poison damage over time units, which are annoying as hell. And if I allow those to actually hit me, a lot of my units are going to die. Now, the interesting thing, and you might not think of this at first, but the interesting thing is that your units dying is not necessarily that big of a deal right off the bat. I'm just going to build another turret over here quickly. It's not necessarily that big of a deal because they respawn, but you know, the enemies are still really prolific here, and it's one of these kind of unusual strategy games. I just built another turret there to make sure that this base is protected. It's an unusual game in that the better you do, the better the aliens, the enemies in this case, actually get. So you might have seen that they evolved something there. They've evolved a rust mutation. There's several more to come, as you can see, 3 more. And they'll get those as we capture more and more enemy bases. Effectively, as I recycle this turret to spend those BP elsewhere, these mutations are going to make subsequent bases substantially harder to hit. So let's send this rifleman back here. He's just going to hang out at this ammo crate. This strategy's been working out very well for me so far. It's a little... it feels a little bit like abuse, but in a way that I kind of feel necessary and justified doing, because I have been getting my ass kicked by this mission previously. Okay, first things first, we're going to launch as many airstrikes as is humanly possible at these towers here, and notice, or at these alien structures, I should say, and notice that my ammo is going down and up the more and more we do this. This is, of course, because I have this dude back here actually getting these ammo crates, which is going to help me out an enormous deal as we move in here. So I'm not sure if this is going to be able to destroy the enemy hive, but we absolutely 100% have to destroy the hive, because if we don't, then it will regenerate structures. Go back, oh god, go back. Those turrets are going to destroy me. In fact, a couple of my units just died in there. Luckily, one of them was not the medic, but they'll regenerate, so it's fine. So we're just going to send a couple more airstrikes in here if we have the ammo for it. We don't, but this guy can give us some more. And these, like I said, our units respawn, so we'll just send them back here with the rest of the group. But yes, since those units respawn, in fact, it looks like the hive's respawning, unfortunately, but at least it's not respawning those asshole units that are going to be a real problem for me. But it is going to try to recreate the turrets, which I do not want to let happen. Because if those come back to life, my life is going to be substantially harder. But as for right now, it seems like it's going all right. We're outpacing, we're doing more damage than he is healing, and we will be able to make some more turrets at this base to protect it in the future. But for now, we're alive here. This turret is able to handle all of these guys that are coming in here, which is extremely important because we're not going to be able to get there in time if things go wrong. We're missing a guy. Oh, it's the ammo dude here. Enzyme softened metal. How do you fare with no steel slaves? What does this mean? Damaged hives now retaliate with poisonous spit. I don't like that, as one might expect. Now, I am going to build another turret here with this BP bonus. And why don't we build it just right here to ensure that our base is protected? And we might want to keep... Here's what I'm thinking now. We take one of these riflemen, we have him come here in Ammo Town, and I take these other 3 dudes and rejoin this other man down here. Now, we do have 7 BP now. What I could do, and we're probably... I'm just thinking about where we'll go next. We'll probably go up for this one. What we'll do is actually use our BP to do something differently, and we'll upgrade one of our units, why not this guy right here, to a shotgun man. So that's a fusion shotgun. By upgrading him, he will do more damage. I'm not sure if there's a benefit to having a varied squad. There is definitely a benefit to having like shotgun classes because they do more damage. I'm not sure if their range is decreased or if it actually is a straight upgrade. The fact that it costs BP leads me to believe that it's a straight upgrade, but I could be wrong about this, so let's recycle this. And one strategy that you can use sometimes is just to constantly have your... or constantly be placing extra turrets, if that makes sense. So do I have a dude up here in Crate Town? I do. He's going to give me more ammo. I'll use those to send more helicopters in here. Man, I failed this mission like twice in trying to record this before. It turns out using these helicopters is actually just a much smarter idea and makes things a lot easier. The problem is these ammo crates are not going to respawn. So if I make a terrible mistake, then that is a problem. I have a couple of positive things to point out here. I really like the way that the game handles issuing orders. Like, you might not have noticed it. Remember, these hives are spitting poisonous goo now when I capture them. You might not have noticed it yet, but as I issue orders, if I issue an order for, like, one thing, you'll see it in just a second here. I actually am going to build a turret real quickly because I'm worried about these guys coming into my base. That might be too far. But yeah, there you go. If I issue an order to 4 people, even if my entire squad is alive, and it doesn't need 4 people to make it happen, then it will just send one person. Again, click and drag on everybody, click and drag on this, and he will just, you know, everyone can... basically, the game figures it out, is what I mean to say. If you click and drag towards something that only one person can even get the benefit from, that's okay. It's going to work out totally fine for you. Where are more ammo crates? We are kind of out of ammo crates. There's one here and one here, which is not good because it's gonna... Oh, there's tons up here though, which is not good because it's gonna make it very difficult for us to succeed moving forwards because we need this ammo to, you know, launch airstrikes. So what I'm thinking is that we actually might want to just leave this turret there, and I think it's gonna be okay to handle it. And then we'll just send... Oh no, don't go that way, please. That pathing maybe could use some work, but we're okay. One level 1 turret, or one basic turret, can easily handle all of the needs that we have for just getting through here. We want to take out this base so that we can safely go to these ammo turrets. Then we can use these ammo turrets to capture these last 2 bases. That is my amateur strategic announcement or strategic idea of how the rest of this should go. All of these turrets are doing fine so far. The one thing we might want to do is like recycle this one and move it just upwards a little bit because it seems to... Oh my god, my medic just got killed. How did that happen? I realize that we have another man up here, don't get me wrong. Maybe the turret was shooting him because he got too close. That could be an issue. So let's wait for our medic to come back because we definitely want him for our upcoming assault here. And in the interim, why don't I talk about the fact that, yeah, I really was totally surprised by how much I found myself enjoying the game. That's not to say in going in, I thought it was going to be a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. But, you know, you look at it graphically, the art's nice, but it does kind of, to a certain extent, look a little bit generic, and I hope I'm not being offensive when I say that. It's not the most visually striking game I've ever seen, and that doesn't necessarily inspire a whole lot of hope. Let's take this guy with us. And, you know, the first couple of missions as well, like I said, didn't really require that much strategy. Actually, no, this guy should stay back here on the ammo crate. It didn't really require that much strategy in order to succeed, so I was like, is this just going to be like a strategy game for babies, which actually is not bad for me because I suck at strategy games a lot of the time. Or is this actually going to have like some real heft to it? And I'm pleased to admit or report, I guess, that as time went on, the game got substantially harder and more layered, which was the more important aspect of it, I guess. In that, you know, things became more varied and you had more kind of paths that you could take to victory, if that makes sense. Okay, now come in here and destroy this. I'm really worried that we're going to be in range of enemy turrets when we do this. But we got to destroy that hive. Okay, the hive is down. Now we've got to capture it, which is the hard part. So why don't we have this dude come up here and do this. It's regenerating that turret, which scares the shit out of me. So maybe we should build like a mortar turret here. Like right here, and that might work. Oh god, the hive's back. Okay, we need more helicopter airstrikes. No, I think we managed to destroy it again, but the turret's almost back. I want to capture it, but we need more ammo to be able to destroy this bullshit in here. Otherwise, we're going to find ourselves dying real quick. Capture more ammo, you fool! Okay, the ammo's coming back. Are any of my units dead? I don't even think any are hurt, thankfully. No, it's almost back. Does this use our whole ammo bar when this happens? That turret did come back to life. We did manage to kill it, but we lost our medic in the process. Now maybe we can come in and capture this? I'm not sure. There's still like a lot of assholery. But just get in, get out. Okay. Success. We got a BP bonus there. Our mortar turret still lives, which is good. I think we should build some more turrets, if you ask me, because these have been very successful for me so far. We'll put one right here. And we definitely need to protect these ammo crates. Oh my god, medic, get out of there, man. We need to protect these ammo crates because we're going to need to use these in the future. Oh, we are going to lose this point, though, which sucks because we don't get BP bonus for it on the way, like, if we capture it again. So where's our, like, 5th dude? He must have respawned somewhere else. I think we should almost build, like, another mortar turret, like, right here, just so we can have a chance to take out enemy structures. We are going to lose. Oh, my God, we were so close to losing that point. Okay, next thing, we got to try to take out both of these enemy bases simultaneously, which is really unfortunate for everybody involved. But we might be able to make it happen as long as we work quickly. We are low on ammo, so let's mine all of these crates, basically. We're just launching as many airstrikes as is humanly possible. Another one in here, and another one in here, and we're not going to get enough to do another one right off the bat. So now we have to rush in here and hope that we can capture these hives. Again, the only objective for us, really, is to capture these hives. So if we manage to make it happen, lots of my troops getting hurt here, but if we manage to make it happen, it's very good for us. Yes, that enemy turret is going to attack us. That'll give us a BP bonus. There's no more ammo crates, so I think I kind of just need to go for broke right now. We do have enough to launch like a single airstrike. No, we don't. Oh, if we capture this point, we win. So just stand inside of it for a second, and we should complete the mission. Don't die, don't die. Oh my god. Oh, thank god. You know, you would understand why I'm so happy with that. If you had seen my last recording attempt where we failed like 40 minutes in. Alright, so that's a pretty representative mission from Infested Planet. It's stressful because the enemy gets stronger the stronger you get, basically. So the more bases you capture, it's not like you ever reach a tipping point where it becomes easier because you've got such a resource advantage over the enemy. You've got to constantly be pressing on them and like really optimizing your strategy in order to succeed. This is still one of the earlier missions in the game. Again, I only have like 2 hours played so far, but it constantly keeps you on your toes. And again, I like to stress that looks can be deceiving. It doesn't necessarily look like the most original or engaging game when you first look at it, but as you play it, and especially, you know, I'd give it like a half an hour to really get into it. It'll keep you guessing. It's really beguiled me a few times, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. So let's continue here. And again, you know, we got money for that, so we can use that to buy new upgrades if we wanted to. Activating the reinforcement technology allows you to call one more Marine onto the battlefield. That seems really useful. Let's buy that. What else do we have here? Regeneration allows your soldiers and buildings to slowly regain health. That seems very useful as well, considering the amount of poison damage we took. We could buy more buffs as well, like there's another class, like a free flamethrower, which could be interesting. But I'm going to close this out for now because I want to save up for bunkers. And we can choose to do a couple different levels. Oftentimes there are kind of paths that you can take through the game. So we could do this contact mission, which is probably easier. And the Operation Skyhammer, I believe, is our story mission. Or we could do a caves mission, which I believe is probably like a randomized objective. But most of the objectives so far have either been like survive or capture enemy bases. Pretty standard for a real-time strategy game. They have differential rewards, I believe, based on their difficulty. But we're not going to do another one because that would take us probably over time. But what I do want to point out is there is a skirmish mode as well. They are set skirmishes right now. So I believe, because it's not like you're starting at the same. It's not like a StarCraft where you're both starting at like square one and then building up. The aliens start with, you know, specific layouts and technologies and whatnot, and, you know, bases and enemies, and you try to usurp them and, you know, surmount it anyway. So I'm probably at the beginner level if I had to guess. It goes straight up to advanced after that, which would probably get me killed. But anyway, this is Infested Planet. It's available on Steam Early Access. Consider this a tentative thumbs up. Obviously, it's still in development, so things could change, but very pleasantly surprised by this. Doesn't necessarily look like it's going to be the kind of thing that's going to blow you away, and maybe blow you away is strong terminology. and maybe a little bit hyperbolic. But by the same token, I'm having a lot of fun with this. It is definitely kept me thinking, and I think it's kind of a neat mechanic to make sure that the enemies, especially the AI, are constantly changing in kind of unique ways to ensure that the game never gets dull. So again, tentative thumbs up, as this is still in development, available on Steam Early Access for $12. I'm not sure if that's an opening week sale or if that's going to expire when the game actually comes out. I'm not sure when it's actually planned for coming out, but I believe it's close to being finished. And you can find a link to pick it up in the video description below. But as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.